EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Set for football now on a sunny afternoon in the Second City. And off we go from Soldier Field. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Now Fields. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Now it's Fields. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
Now a first carry here for their running back. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Hands it off out of the gun. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Fields now to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Fields. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Out of the gun, Fields. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher, and that's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more.
And he's in. Touchdown. Pittsburgh taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Steelers are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point up and through. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. They'll run with the former LSU Tiger. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Now 2nd and 3. Moore, the man in motion. They'll go play action here with Penix. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Here's Penix. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Off play action, Fields. He'll buy some time right. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Fields. Got a man here, it's Wilson. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Nifty move. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Here's Fields. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. And he is caught, and they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
And he will cover up as he's touched down after a short gain. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Back to throw, Fields. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And now we've got a 3rd and goal situation.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. To throw is Fields. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. And this one is right through. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3. And I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Johnson. Now he's free at the 35. He may go. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bears are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. And a nice little start to the career for the rookie here, hitting the end zone in week 1 of his career.
And that's a true welcome to the NFL moment, isn't it? The one that you actually like. A lot of times it's that big hit from a linebacker that says, all right, rookie, here you are. But when you're able to put it in the end zone and feel that sense of accomplishment, that usually fuels you towards doing it many more times in your career.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right.
That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be touched down at the end, but a big play on that one.
I'll tell you what, this is not going to be a fun discussion at halftime for this defense. They've been absolutely taken advantage of in the first half. And here's another play for big, big yardage.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle, complete. It's Wilson. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll make it second down. Operating from the gun, Fields. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. Jaquan Brisker getting sent on the safety blitz, and he was able to finish it off.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And his kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 4. And looking to throw, Penix. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
So this defense, they get their first interception of the game, and since they were in plus territory, didn't have too terribly far to go, but they take it all the way into the end zone.
And you intercepted in that close, you're automatically picking 6 points the other way, but what I liked most about it was how the defense rallied, got up on their blocks, and didn't commit any penalties as well.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. To the air, Penix. He'll get this into the hands of Swift once again. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Now a throw here out wide. He might be looking to throw this again.
It's like I knew it was coming, but still none of my dudes reacted. So proud.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And it's good. The deficit 6, 20-14. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. And bulldozing his way through. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
A shotgun snap, Fields. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
And I'm sitting there like, oh, man, why is he not throwing it? Oh, I'm getting tough.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 14. Under pressure, they got him again. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return, and it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
He's got the connection to Moore. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
I'll give him credit there. Nice job on the drag route. Bring the receiver across the field, hoping he can catch it in stride and turn it up. He was able to do just that, although he's just a little bit short of the 1st down.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now a 2nd and 6. Moore, the motion man right. They'll throw with Penix. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Steelers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
2nd and 10.
In motion left is Wilson. To throw on 2nd and 10. Fields. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
From the 50, here's Fields.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Here's 2nd and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43.
40 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Back to throw. Fields.
He's got his target. That's complete. He's going to have the first down and more than that.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
From the gun, here's Fields.
Flushed out right. Out to the right here to Wilson. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Steelers will extend.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. To the end zone, but it's
my God. I fucking hate this fat motherfucker, dude. Oh, damn it.
When you line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Now a 2nd and 2.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
Now Penix.
And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back.
Don't know what happened there. That was
ready for quarter number 3.
Oh, never mind. It is the Bears. They are used to mismanaging timeouts. I guess that's standard.
In the second half. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 8. Looking to throw Penix. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Slot man moves right. On 3rd down, Penix from the gun. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Down the left sideline. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. A beautiful fake. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 55 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs.
And it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Bears. Well, CD, that's one of those plays you put a mark by. I mean, that could be a big momentum swing here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, we may have to revisit it, right? Because if that drive ends up in the end zone, they're sitting pretty at that point. Now, instead, it's a 2-score game. That's a chance to tighten up considerably.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
2nd and 11. Trying to lay one up deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's more. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a fourth down.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They are going for it. Penix. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. That was a pretty good job by the defense, I thought, right? I mean, they had to go to their check down, but still were able to get it done for the first.
Agreed. Anytime you can force him to come back to a receiver that's a little bit shorter in the route, you've done your job on defense, but still, they pick up the first down and get a fresh set.
Huge 4th down conversion. A first down carry here for Johnson. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
He's going to get that to Swift underneath. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Moore, the man in motion. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open. He finds a way to pick up a first down.
Here's Penix.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
One of the league's best linebackers. He ended that play almost before it began. And the running back, absolutely overmatched no matter what he tried to do.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Penix working out of the gun here.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Operating from the gun, Penix.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Fields going to get this one out on the perimeter.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
Sliding out of the pocket. He's got a man, complete. And all the way down to the 26. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. And even 50 yards.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Chase Young in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now Fields. Steps away to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And that will be.
I am not going to lie. If he would have caught that inbounds, bro, that would have been literally fucking insane.
Don't get it all back in one play, but sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one, weren't able to do so.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great play there. 34 yards. And the Steelers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 19-point game. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll drop to throw. He'll look middle here and get it to Odunze. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 39. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. In motion, the tight end. From the shotgun, it's Penix. Got his man, and it's
Literally no animation. Just ran around looking stupid. 3 guys there, but that's cool.
Touchdown grab. And the Bears have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
So fourth quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Back to throw, Fields.
Eluding the pressure right. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Let's give him the credit he deserves because he can really do no wrong. It's got to be demoralizing for a defense to have someone who can cut up your secondary all game long with his arm and then rip off a huge gain like this with his legs. A championship effort from that man under center.
Here's Fields.
Dancing to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Chase Young able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
To throw is Fields.
Catch made right side by Wilson. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
Flush to his right. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Justin Fields.
A 23-yard run.
And the Steelers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 19-point game. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
A pass complete to Odunze.
You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
To the air, Penix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll throw with Penix.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though
and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Steelers are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. But with the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best. But these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along. But if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
This one deep for Wilson.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
He's to the 15.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. 97 yards.
And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will bump the lead up to 26. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. Room to run at the 50.
And what a return. He's all the way down to the 30.
Even
Man, stiff on my fucking kicker today.
Nothing else. Even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And looking to throw, Penix.
Oh, dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Here's 3rd and 7. Now Penix.
Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
On the bootleg, it's Penix.
And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. And that's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
104 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. Well, CD always a little extra